How are you?
Hey, what's new?
I have an off docket, is that okay?
No problem.
Okay. The cause number is 255-2517. This is for Brandon Brown.
Okay.
I am not his counsel on the misdemeanor case. I'm his counsel on the felony case. I was informed from misdemeanor counsel that we wanted to put him on the docket. He's on the docket Monday here because he didn't have a felony bond. And so,
We want to, no, I think that
right? Okay.
we wanted to,
Like figure out what was happening in felony.
no, and here, because he just picked up a new case. He's on bond for at least one case with us. So we're going to put it to speak about his bond situation. That's it.
Yeah, so I just came back from felony. I was appointed on Tuesday. He did not receive a bond that day because he was on a parole hold. And then that,
Parole hold now.
no, it was lifted that same day that I was appointed. We couldn't tell because, I don't know if you remember on Tuesday, like all the defense attorneys were kind of locked out of the internet and I couldn't check. So anyway, parole hold's lifted. And so on Monday, we put him on for Monday in felony to get a bond there and probably, hopefully resolve it that same day because the case is old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's from 2023.
Right.
So just wanted to make misdemeanor aware,
Is that going to swallow this one up too, you think?
possibly, possibly.
Get the cost number?
Yes, yes,
Is there a global offer?
there is no global offer, Judge. So he's got the 3 misdemeanors here and the 1,
He has one, two.
He has 2,
He
but
has
You see.
2 evadings and a POM, from what
I
I.
got no PC, I think. Or is it still open? Have you guys not?
it was discharged, no PC. It's not dismissed yet, Judge.
It's not dismissed. Okay. So yes, technically, I mean, well, there's nothing that I can do with that. I mean, that's right.
Right.
So,
So just wanted to make the court aware. I don't know if y'all want to put him for Tuesday.
okay. I have to let Ms. Strong know too. I don't, are we expecting?
I emailed her.
Mr. Smart here?
I think he came up with just
Okay,
he's back there.
okay. So I don't know, maybe we'll see her. But yeah, we'll put it on Tuesday. That's fine.
Okay, and then if we resolve it Monday, we resolve it Monday.
Okay, did you get the cost number?
I can smart.
No, we're talking about, I was just curious about Mr. Smart. Let me give you the cost number. You ready?
Okay,
It's 255-2517. And then there's 2 cases for you to move.
2517?
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing?
Just on Tuesday, 3-4. Both cases, please. Okay?
That's all I have, Judge. It was good to see you.
You too?
I just put 2 bond petitions in here just now.
Okay. Mr. Butler, I was thinking Mr. Dixon for a second, but
Thanks. I have Mr. Flynn on the docket this morning for arraignment.
okay, you ready?
Yeah, Mr. Flynn?
Flynn. Oh, Finn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flynn, yeah. Good morning, Mr. Finn. Good morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On February 22nd, 2025, at approximately 11:07 PM, an officer was dispatched to 59 Northeast Cross Timbers on City Street. The officer observed a vehicle run a red light, take the exit, swerving in and out of lane number 2 and cross 3 lanes of traffic, almost striking a guardrail. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer observed the driver to have bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and the strong odor of alcohol. The officer had the driver and the passenger exit the motor vehicle. The driver consented to SFSTs and the defendant performed them. 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN. 5 out of 8 clues were observed on the walk-in turn. 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The defendant was read the DIC and consented to provide a breath specimen. The results were 0.141 and 0.138. The defendant advised he had 1 drink while at a bar and he was the owner of the vehicle and he was identified by his Texas driver's license.
Any prior DWIs?
No prior DWI, Judge.
Valid license?
Valid license.
All right, Mr. Finn, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, your bond will be revoked. You will go into custody. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with them, and they'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If they tell me they can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Just keep my city safe. That's all I want. You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria. We'll have you get with police for your bond conditions, and then you're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor.
It's not a good morning. No. You are using my name on an occupational license, and you're not in compliance with what you're supposed to be doing. It's unacceptable. If I find that it happens again, I'm going to yank it. I want to make sure that you're not using while my name is on the license. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm sending you now for a drug test. I want to make sure that you're not using, and then if, I don't know what I'm going to do. The first thing, I want to send you for a drug test to make sure, and then we'll go from there. So we'll send you, and then we'll have you come back.
Yes, sir.
This is who, Judge?
No, don't worry about it. I'll have,
Okay,
Victoria.
thank you.
Thank you. Oh, okay, got it.
He waived.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Mr. Beadle. Hey,
William Jones, you wanted us to come to docket today, and he's here.
I'd like to send him for a drug test, alcohol test. I want to make sure he's not using though.
If that's the court's prerogative, that's fine. However, he is checking into the Menninger Clinic tomorrow after his rehab from Ohio.
How long has he been?
And I'll be very frank with you, the last time I was here with him, he looks like $1 million compared to the last time I saw him. And I've been speaking with him very frequently on the phone. I'm more than happy for you to talk to him, Judge, frankly.
Come up, sir. The last name is, this is Jones.
William Jones.
We're here because Mr. Jones doesn't have his interlock that he was required to, and he's been out in lockout for quite some time,
Correct.
which is unacceptable, right? If you're in rehab, we have to know, and, there are certain measures that we can take, but just if you don't tell us anything and you're just in lockout, that's a problem. I have a real big problem, and I don't know you. Everybody tells me it's little raindrops and gumdrops and little bunnies jumping in the woods, but how the hell do I know? So he's telling me that you've been in a rehab in Ohio.
Sir.
When?
The last setting that we were here, the prior
Okay.
setting to this judge, he got on a plane from the courtroom and went off to Ohio. And I actually forwarded the court his admission paperwork to that facility in Ohio.
What was the date of release from that program?
It was last Friday. I spent 8 days in the hospital detoxing, and then the rest of the time in the rehab. And, I'm trying to put together a forward plan. I'm not supposed to be talking too much, but to take aftercare and go back to another rehab here locally and work on getting better. And I'm being proactive with that, Your Honor.
He's had to change insurance.
That's all we ask, because the problem is that some people can, and some people can't, addiction, it's a lifelong, and it's a persistent monkey that's on your back that will never let go. It will constantly grab at you. So if you're not proactive about it, that's when it grabs you by the boo-boo, and it just doesn't go well.
Sir.
I just need to make sure that you're not using, number one. Number two, most importantly, that my public is safe, because I certainly don't want you in a car unless, everyone is protected. And the way we know that is that you don't have alcohol on board. So what I'm going to do now, because you've been so AWOL with regard to this, I'm now putting a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming. If it goes in lockout again, I will put you in jail. I want you to know that. I'm not going to do this again with you. Do you understand? You've been in lockout for a significant amount of time, and it's not fair because I normally would put people in jail lickety split for something like this. Do you understand?
Sure.
I will not play this game with you again. It is your responsibility to charge it on a daily basis. It is your responsibility to know what you are putting in your body as far as, whether it be mouthwash, hair dye, a tequila lollipop. I've heard it all, and I don't care for excuses. It is your responsibility to know you've got such a great team of lawyers. There's just no excuse.
Sure.
I will waive the fee so that there's no excuse for, well, I can't pay for this. I can't. No. Do you understand?
Your Honor.
What you do on your time is you. As long as I know that you're not using, I'm happy. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll be happy once he checks into the manager point. He can alert the DAs, the court. Everybody.
Yeah, I guess
There.
we're going to give him the scram device today. Just keep us in the loop as far as the cases are too terribly old. It's not old. So just keep us in the loop of when he's released. Just you have to calibrate this thing on. I think it's monthly. So make sure that you calibrate this thing like it's supposed to. They have to download it. You've got to charge it. So make sure you know of everything you can and can't do. You understand, Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
If I have you come up here on another violation, it's probably not going to go well, just so you know. Okay? Okay, guys.
Understood. Thank you.
Can he
Got it.
be released from the jury box? Just take a seat. We'll get you.
Morning, Mr. Roass.
Morning.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and/or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. I don't know if you know, but your lawyer's here with you, but he's on Zoom. Just it's not here in person. Okay.
On February 22nd, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a major crash call involving the defendant striking a parked vehicle in the Concord at Gulfgate apartment complex. The Houston Fire Department observed the defendant asleep behind the driver's seat. The officers observed the defendant to exhibit bloodshot eyes, slurred speech, and the strong odor of alcohol upon his breath and slow movements. SFSTs were conducted. 4 out of 6 clues observed on the HGN. 4 out of 8 clues observed on the walk-in turn, and 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-night stand. The defendant consented to a breath test, and the results were 0.125 and 0.121.
Okay. Any prior DPIs and a valid license? Mr. Roass, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sir.
His driver's license is eligible.
As long as you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance, then you may drive. If you do not have liability insurance, car insurance, you are not allowed to drive. That is also a condition of your bond. Do you understand?
Sir.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You do not have to come to court until your lawyer tells you to. So you must stay in contact with him. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, you're not responding to phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. Don't consume alcohol, don't consume drugs, and don't be a danger to my community. Do you understand? I will have you sign a reset with Victoria. You will get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go, sir.
You said, April 29th or May 1st.
April 29th through May 1st, Michael.
April 29th. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, cheers.
Have a good weekend, Your Honor. Bye-bye.
Have fun. Mr. Madrid.
Yeah, good morning, Your Honor. I've got a case on Monday at Christopher Torres.
Okay.
I had emailed your coordinator earlier and to give her kind of a heads up. No, we were hoping to possibly plea. We had done a PSI 2 weeks ago because we were going without an agreed rec. I'm not in trial today, but I've been in trial for the last week on a capital murder trial. We don't have trial today, but we resume on Monday, and I think it's going through Wednesday. So I was requesting if we could move it till Thursday, if possible.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you're in trial,
Okay.
What's your cause number?
Let me,
You got it?
It's 2522707.
at the last,
But you said you did a PSI on which one? On this case? On something with him or with a
I'm
different?
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm getting confused with what I'm doing here. We did a TRAS, a TRAS.
Got it.
And we were going to go without an agreed rec. We approached you last time, but you said, well, let's do a TRAS and then we'll talk
Got
about it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's, I'm okay with setting it for Thursday morning.
Okay. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Yeah, for sure. We got you.
Okay. Have a good weekend.
Thursday.
Thursday, the 6th.
The 6th, right?
The 6th, yes.
Okay, cheers.
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Have a good
For sure.
weekend.
Good luck.
Thanks. Goodbye.
What are you doing with yourself these days?
I am.
You in TSU?
Yes, I am a property manager. I'm in grad school getting a master's in counseling, and previously I was an adjunct professor last semester.
Fantastic. Well, that's great. You're doing great. You know, just, we all fall down, you know, we all make mistakes, but the idea is that just no more, right? Especially when it endangers other people, right? Don't say anything. No, don't. Just, you're doing great. Why mess it up? You know what I mean? You're doing really good. So we're not going to do anything with you now. We'll let you keep going. Just don't forget to blow anymore. If it happens again, I'm going to yank it. You understand? No, now's not the time, because the problem is that I don't want you to say something that hurts you. You know what I mean? You've got a license. There's requirements with the license for you to have it. If you don't fulfill those requirements, I can't keep the license, you know?
Received.
Okay, I'll let you speak with Shatoria, and then Shatoria can always, you know, kind of be the in-between, okay? If there's any issue.
Is there anything that's available that can be released other than the dues?
I did do a rip on,
Oh, yeah, I saw the rip in there, but
but
no.
nothing else. no.
Okay.
Can I talk to him real quick while we're waiting on your back?
You already filled out a motion, so.
Mr. Tyson, hey, are you ready?
I have a question, Your Honor.
Shoot.
On DWI, we are trying to work out an offer deal with the state, possibly a time served.
It's not a second, right?
No, it's just
I'm happy to do whatever you guys want to do.
okay. Well, my question is, will you run the driver's license suspension concurrent with the DPS? No. Okay. I'm just asking. Gotta ask. Gotta let my client know.
I would run jokes concurrent, but this license, hell, she has literally been.
I understand, Your Honor. How about the surcharges?
Reward people when they deserve it, you know, but here,
Oh, okay. Yeah, since there was something not good happening, or that happened, what about surcharges? She.
of course,
Okay.
that's what I'm saying.
All right.
That, yes, license.
Gotcha. I understand. Thanks, Your Honor.
Yeah, of course, Mr. Tyson. Coming up, Mr. Lopez. Yet another terroristic threat. Let's go through your criminal history, Mr. Lopez. 2012, burglary habitation. 15, assault, bodily injury. 15, criminal mischief. 20, criminal mischief. 16, criminal mischief. 17, suspended license. 18, interference with emergency request for assistance. 22, kidnapping. 24, aggravated assault of a family member. Terroristic threat, evading arrest, terroristic threat, and now another terrorist. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Please.
On February 25th, 2025, officers were dispatched to a residence at 2715 Owen Cross Drive in Harris County, Texas. The complainant stated that in the first week of February, the defendant snuck into the residence via the garage door, and that she had been telling the defendant that he does not live at the residence and has to leave the location, but the defendant refuses to leave. The complainant, who's the mom, has been saying with the complainant two, the daughter, or the complainant one's daughter, the defendant's sister, at a different location because they fear the defendant. On 2/25, the daughter retrieved the dog. The complainants had a verbal altercation about the dog being missing and the defendant wanting money from them. The defendant then threatened to harm both complainants, saying, "I'm going to beat the shit out of y'all. All y'all do is send me to jail. I'm going to beat y'all's ass up. I'm going to beat you up." The complainants advised that they are fearful for their lives due to the defendant's threats and his history of violence.
So we do have a history of violence where there are threats and aggravated assault against
Yes,
this family.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lopez, they are terrified of you. The thing that you also need to consider is that you are a true habitual. So if you pick up a very serious felony, you could be very well looking at 25 to life. You know what I mean? 25 to life. You pick up a serious case. These are the things that you need to think about when they're out there in the free world. Do you understand?
Sir.
I don't want you going within 1,000 feet of where they live or where they work. You will get a GPS monitor if you are able to bond out. I don't know. At this point, you have not made bond, so I don't know if you're going to get out. But if you do, you must have a monitor on you, and I don't want you to go anywhere near where they live, where they work, where they breathe, where they put their head down, and you're not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
You know, I would venture a guess that probably 98% of the people that are in Harris County Jail, and I don't know if I've told you this before, but are there because they have absolutely no self-control. They get upset and they wig out without thinking, if I say this, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? This is what you should be thinking about every time you're out there. Do you understand? It's not hard. Really. You're also not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to randomly test you. So counsel, at this point, he's not made bond. We can just set you out for a couple weeks, wait for the evidence to come in. If he does get out, he needs to be here the next business day for all the conditions. And then I definitely want a GPS prior to release.
Understood, Your Honor.
Okay? Self-control. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning.
Mr. Johnson, you're charged with terroristic threat of a family or a household member. That kicks it up to a Class A misdemeanor, so you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 150 days in jail with credit for the 53 days that you've done. You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Guilty.
I'm going to find you guilty and we'll follow the agreement, send you to 150 credit for the 53 days that you've done. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Judge, we are approaching to deal with the BVR on Miss Danielle Free. I think it was last Friday or maybe the Friday
Free,
before
come up.
last, Judge. She missed it because she was out of town. She got the notice on a Thursday. She couldn't get back. She did try to go to pretrials to get it done, but they couldn't get it done.
Do the order now.
Oh, I know, but she did one this morning and she's negative.
Okay.
So,
Don't let it happen again.
Yes, sir.
If it happens again, I will issue one for your arrest. You're on notice now. No tolerance from this day forward.
Okay, thank you.
She's PTI bound anyways, Judge, so we're just gonna.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Of course.
Judge, I just got appointed to Mr. Wyckoff this morning, and I was told I need to approach because he picked up a felony. He's in custody, Judge.
Did he make it up today?
Make it up today?
Back then?
Let me check, Judge, but I just wanted to see if we wanted to keep his bond the same, or
Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of,
I think his bond's set at 15,000 right now.
yeah, we can't get him here. It's just.
Didn't work out in my favor. They maxed them out.
Maxed him out.
They maxed them out.
They give him 20.
Yeah.
Well, keep fighting the good fight.
Thank
You know, that's the name of the
Cost that I
game.
suffered in trials, so.
It's happened to us all.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna get probation once and they smacked 25. I was like, so.
Luckily, he's had some credit, so he only has about 8 years left.
So Mr. Butt, come up. You have all these problems with money, all these issues with money, and yet you come in a Gucci jacket. Really? Really? What kind of foolishness is this, Mr. Segun Bada? This is, I choose to spend my money where I want to spend it, and I'm not going to spend it on an interlock. That's what that
I didn't even know that.
foolishness is.
I had that. This is how it's.
Everything you tell me goes in one ear, goes out the other ear. Perception is reality, Segun Bada. Okay? Anything less? No, it's disingenuous. And basically just, that's all it is. Disingenuity. So the deal is this, is that you have a very great program where you have the opportunity to get this thing dismissed, and you continue to play games. Is your device in lockout now?
My device.
It's a yes or it's a no.
It's been locked out since last week because it cut down my battery.
No, it's lockout because of one reason, and that's because of money. That's the only reason that what we know of it's in lockout. We called, we checked before you even got here. So we know you're $800 in arrears, and that's why you're in lockout. The only way for you to do it is to get back into good graces with them with either a payment plan or you pay it in full. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to play this game anymore.
I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't locked out because of payments. I had a payment plan with them for $120 every month.
Probation fees are.
Yeah, it was just my probation fee.
The device.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with them with payments.
So is he in lockout now or is he not in
He's in
lockout?
lockout
Service.
with the device.
Yeah, I did my service every
They're
month.
not going to lock out the device because of probation fees.
No, yeah.
It looks like.
No, the device was messing up with my battery. So it always messed up my battery. So once my battery cut off, it locked me out. So I have to call them up. So this is one thing I've been dealing with it. So I always make sure.
Give you until next week to get the device back in operational status. And if you fail to get it done, you are out of the program. Do you understand? You are lucky that Bioji is nice enough to stay on the case and not withdraw as it is with the games that you're playing with him and now with me. He may take it, but I'm not going to. If you continue to fail to have it, I'm just going to revoke your bond, put you in jail, and give you a 10-day trial setting. That's what's going to happen with your Gucci self. Do you understand?
I understand, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
So today's the 1st. He has until the 8th to get the device in.
And just to be clear, is it that if he pays the back fees that he can be released from the program? Is that what's keeping him?
No. So what happens is if he gets the device back in from lockout, they want to extend it for 3 months to ensure that he is good because he's been in lockout for all that time.
Okay, so he needs to have a good 3 months of no issues.
If you get it operational within the week, we will extend you for 3 months, but I'm going to put you on notice now. If it ever goes into lockout again, you are out of the program immediately, and I don't care what your excuse is.
I need you to understand that this device is messing on my battery.
I'm giving you a week.
They always lock me out. So I always call them or send them email. I'll make sure I always do our service, calibration.
Where
all
did
the
you
time.
go get the device?
Someone in Georgia.
And you need to go back to where you got the device to have it either fixed or exchange it for a different one. Or you get a different car to put it on. Because something is happening that is creating it to go and lock out. If it's not the money, then it's something else. To me, I don't care about excuses.
Probably just get a different car. I'll move it from.
Whatever you need to do.
Is it possible to go from car to, if it's the issue with it running out the battery, to on person?
No,
Okay.
because they want to make sure that it's in a car so that if he's driving, he doesn't have alcohol on board. That's the spirit of the program is that you're not consuming alcohol while you're driving. That's it. I will give you a week.
Get a different car, sir.
You need to do whatever you need to do. If you fail to get it done in a week, you must be back here on the 8th, and then we will set your case for trial. If you get it done, then we will extend you for 3 months, but you are on notice now that if it ever goes into lockout again, you will immediately be set for trial, and I don't care what your excuse is.
I'll get a different car.
Understand?
I promise. Sir.
So don't wait until Thursday to go try to make everything work. Monday morning, I would immediately go to where you got it to do whatever you need to do to get it fixed. Do you understand?
I'm gonna get a different car and put it different.
Whatever you do doesn't matter to me, Mr. Bada. It doesn't matter. Just do what you need to do to get it working. And then what we'll do is we will roll this case to Friday, come back. We need proof that he's actually got it done and that it's operational. We're not going to take your word for it. You have to give us proof that it's done. Then we get a 3-month extension and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for being so humble in allowing and staying on the case for him.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
He's my brother, same country.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
So Friday, go ahead and factor the set, Friday the 8th. You have to do it Friday if.
How does she even have it?
No, because she said she's feeling sick. I just gave it to her just in case. She had it just in case it was.
Why are you here?
You said because of my ankle money.
You're not charging it. Battery's dead. Is the battery still dead?
It has a vibrator.
Is it operational or not?
Yes, sir.
I asked you to do one thing. What did I ask you to do? If I drug test you now, what's going to show up? That doesn't mean anything in our line of business. Pregnancy in the line of work that we have doesn't mean anything. I have people here that are still using when they're pregnant and they have no clue what they're doing to their body, what kind of disaster they're creating to a human life, and what kind of lifelong babysitting they're going to have to do, because if you don't treat the baby well while the baby is in your tummy, it's like a little flower, right? Flowers need sunlight, they need food, they need water. And if a flower gets that, they grow into a beautiful flower, right? Same things with a baby. If it doesn't get the love, if it doesn't get the food, the nurturing, the prenatal vitamins, it's not going to grow into the beautiful flower that it normally would. I want to send her for a drug test right now. And then we'll have her come right back. If you fail to go take a drug test, if you fail to come back, it's not going to go well. Do you understand, Ms. Brown? Okay, take your seat for a minute. Michael, do you have an offer on this case, on Ms. Brown's case?
Ms. Brown, Judge. Let me check.
I mean, it's 500 days old. It's so old that it's grown hair and it's sprouting legs.
This is Lyrindia Brown.
Yes.
Our offer was time served on the ABI, dismissed the criminal mischief. It looks like we had a plea filed on the 23rd of September, but I don't know if it went through.
Judge, I told Abel we were going to come, so.
I called him.
Okay.
Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
for joining us. I have Miss Brown in front of us, and she has failed to charge her device for the last, I guess, 3 days. Why are you not charging your device?
I just got out of the hospital Wednesday.
Why are we in the hospital?
I had gallbladder surgery and it's making bowel reflex. So I've been sick since October 14th.
Is everything better now?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because they can't do nothing because due to me being too far along in pregnancy. So I just have to deal with it and take the medicine that they gave me.
Did you make sure that the medicine is going to jive with the baby? You got to make sure anything you put in your body now, you've got another life in your tummy. If you take the wrong thing, it'll impact that baby. And the last thing you need is to become a lifelong babysitter because of something you take impacting the baby. There's so many drugs out there that can contradict what it can do to a baby. Anything you put in your body, you got to make sure that it is not going to harm that baby. Taking prenatal vitamins so that you know that the baby is getting enough nutrients as well. So, all right, I'm not going to ding you on it, but I need you to start charging it again.
Yes, sir.
What are we going to do with this case, Abel? It's nearly 500 days old.
It's already set for trial, Judge. It's set for trial on December 10th.
Oh, did you know that?
I did, Judge.
You did.
There was a plea, but I think they backed out of it and said it dropped it. Yes.
This is
I've spoken. I'm sorry, Judge. I've spoken with the prosecutor that handling the case. I forget exactly what her name is right now off the top of my head, but she's aware.
Morgan?
We spoke about. Yes, we spoke about it this morning.
Okay. All right. So are we keeping with the trial date then?
Yes, sir. I spoke to her about it again today, and I reviewed the offer and the possible deferred offer that could possibly be given. She said she was not interested, that she did want her jury trial, so we're ready for trial, Judge.
Okay. I'm glad that you're negative. Just remember, your life is not about, do you have children now?
Yes, sir.
How many kids you got?
5.
5? This makes 6?
Yes, sir.
How many fathers?
1.
Okay, good. It's really hard to have children, and now you're on your 6th. Kids are really, really expensive. Just treat that kid with love, respect.
Okay.
All right. So we'll have you sign a reset, and then we'll see you December 10th, ready for trial. Okay? All right. Stay in touch with Abel so that you guys can be on the same page about trial.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, do you have her number? She's got you, Abel?
Yes, sir. We've been communicating. Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Mr. Curry, Your Honor.
I believe he's pleading on the newer one, and the older one's being dismissed, if I'm not mistaken, on the cause numbers.
That's correct. The newer one, we're pleading.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Curry.
Yes, sir.
How are you? Thank you. How come you don't show up?
I'm not from here. I wasn't able to get here in time. I didn't have I didn't know my way around good enough. I had lost my phone. I didn't have transportation.
Where are you from?
Mississippi.
Does he have a significant criminal history?
Does he have what?
Significant criminal history or kind of?
I haven't. There is out of state. I don't know what you would call significant, Your Honor. I would call it medium.
If you keep, when you show up to court, things happen. When you don't show up to court, You got to also understand that when you keep picking up theft cases, Mr. Curry, when you keep picking up theft cases, they're going to hit you with a felony because they can use this to enhance your punishment to a felony, and then you're looking at years instead of days. What did I just say? Good. That's right. I just want to make sure that you're understanding. Don't pick up any more because you could be looking at years instead of days. You understand?
These are his only Texas charges here. So, you know.
You can use your out of state to and still enhance it. You understand, Mr. Curry? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, you cannot change this or undo this. You understand? How do you plead to the offense of theft? Guilty or not guilty? Are you guilty of this thing? All right. I'll find you guilty. I'll send you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 3 that you've done. Just be careful. Don't pick any more up. You understand?
I'll ask him a question real quick, Your Honor. Okay, do you understand these are the target cases? Yeah? Okay, that we talked about. Pleading guilty to one and they're dismissing the other one as part of the plea bargain. You understand that? Okay.
Greg, are they both at target?
Yes.
Mr. Curry.
But I want to make sure he understands what he's pleading to, Your Honor, because with the hesitation there. Okay? Theft is, you know, taking the property from target, passing all points of sale. Okay? And so if you did that and you want to plead guilty today, we can proceed this. If you didn't do this, like I told you in the back, and you're innocent of these, I do not want you doing this today. Okay? So again, when judge asked you, are you guilty or not guilty? How do you plead to that? Tell judge.
I want to tell you one more thing, Mr. Curry. When people pick up cases at certain locations, they put your picture on a wall so that every time you come in there, they might be looking. And if you go to the same place, they're going to know who you are. So as soon as you get there, they're going to have eyes all over you the whole time, and they're going to be looking at you. If you go back to this target, they're going to have eyes on you the whole time. Do you understand? So probably be good, but just don't go back to the target here. You understand? Are you sure you want to still do this? Are you guilty of the offense? Okay. Okay, great. All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Curry, good luck, man.
All right, come on this way.
Today.
Okay. Great. So I guess we'll roll it to Monday then.
Yeah.
For sure.
Judge may approach.
Bobby Steyer. He's got a bond violation.
Ready? Come up, Mr. Steyer.
Not sure why he has this device on his phone.
I don't know, but a bond condition is a bond condition. And when you don't live up to the bond condition, there are consequences, just like anything in life. When you have a criminal case, you have conditions that you have to live by. And when you don't, there are very serious consequences. Mr. Steyer, you're on bond for fleeing a police officer. So the report is that your device is in lockout, and it's been in lockout since 10/24.
Judge, can we address the need for this bond condition?
I don't remember the case, so let's do PC real quick.
Yes, Judge.
And then we'll go from there.
So on August 17th, 2024, at approximately 2 a.m., the officers observed a vehicle with a defective tail lamp and tried to initiate a traffic stop. The vehicle had ample opportunities to stop at multiple well-lit parking lots, but drove 0.46 miles of the final stop location. The defendant had red glossy eyes and continuously, I apologize. The defendant had red glossy eyes and the vehicle was running, and the officers also observed a slight odor of an alcoholic beverage from the defendant's body. The defendant had slurred speech and repeated, "I'm just trying to go home. I came from work," but the defendant could not specify his place of work. The defendant denied drinking alcohol, and the officers found an open container of color XO brandy container under the driver's seat and a Taurus pistol under the passenger seat without a holster.
So what bond conditions were on there that they're alleged him to have violated? Let's see. You wanna help me out?
Sorry?
This is Steyer,
Yes.
please.
I have one here. He doesn't have any previous violations, it's just that the device is a lockout.
What device?
The ignition interlock device.
So they put an ignition interlock. I guess the magistrate put an ignition interlock on it.
Charged with DWI.
Yes, conditions were ordered on August 28th. And
I get it, but he's alleged of alcohol in the car. I don't know. How, I mean, begs the question, why didn't they charge him?
It should have been a DWCW judge. We're talking to this officer. It should have been a different charge.
I can't say this should have been a different charge. We're supposed to, officers are officers. We're supposed to allow them to do their job, and when their job doesn't rise to what folk think it should be, then all of a sudden they didn't do their job right. We want to talk to the supervisor. Officer didn't charge him, he didn't charge him. So he only got charged with fleeing. I don't understand why he's got this device on his
Did they
car.
do field sobriety tests?
They did not, Your Honor.
There was no DWI investigation done at the scene.
Was there any indication that he was intoxicated?
Yes, he had slurred speech, red glossy eyes.
And an odor of alcoholic beverage.
Yes.
Maybe the officer didn't think it rose to the event. At any rate, the officer didn't call it in as a DWI. And whether the state thinks it's shoddy work or not, we don't punish the defendant because the officer did shoddy work.
Punish them for having bond conditions and not.
I fully understand that, and that's why I wanted to address the need for the bond condition as well as the bond. I understand that the machine's not working or it's in a lockout status, but I'd also like to address why. Why are we having it? So you didn't put it on there.
I didn't, but I think that it's a reasonable restriction when it is, for all intents and purposes, they just didn't charge it because maybe they had an officer that was a rookie, didn't know what they were doing. I can't tell you how many reports that I have see here that might as well have been written in Mandarin, you know?
From the defense perspective, this is.
I understand
that we have to work with, and if they've got a rookie or if they've got a shoddy investigation, that shouldn't be his fault. Then that's their issue.
But it is his fault for not complying.
Absolutely.
The bond condition. Guess what happens now, Mr. Steyer?
Just don't say.
What can you possibly say that can help?
I don't, like I was saying, I don't understand why it's locked. I called the people about it. I told them they were like, it's a troubleshoot with your device. We'll try to figure it out on our end. But they never gave me no information about what to do.
He can remedy that today, Judge.
No. I want to figure out now. I'm not going to let him go and then try to figure it after the fact. I'd like to do it now. What do you think? Do you know why it's in lockdown?
I don't, that's what I'm looking at right now. So, because for all of our other devices, we have been sent to them, but since we have a third-party vendor for the ignition interlock, I don't see anything on the 24th or past that until the email sent to the DVR.
Would you mind looking into, please, as to why it's in lockout? It might take a little bit.
I understand.
Have you take a seat in the jury box while we figure this out, and then maybe 5-10 minutes, we'll come back and we'll
I
see.
understand.
And then
From the defense perspective, we should still address the need of this. I mean, the officer is part of the state. He is part of the state's witnesses. They didn't make the allegation. They didn't file the charges. I'm still contesting outside of the fact that the machine doesn't work. And mind you, he didn't make the machine. He doesn't calibrate the machine. If the machine doesn't work, that could be no fault of his own, and we can correct that today. But if
let's do this, Mr. Slider.
Yes.
I was gonna send you now for a drug and alcohol test. Let's see what pops up. No,
That's fair, Judge.
See how he's been behaving while he's on bond.
With nothing on it, it will let me
Yes. This question is if this drug test is clear, free and clear of any alcohol, any drugs.
Let's cross that bridge when we get there.
We'll do
Send you
drugs.
for a test now, and we'll go from there. If you're clean, it'll go a long way for you. If you're dirty, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. My only concern, Steyer, is public safety. Nothing else matters in my life. And if you're gonna play adult games, or if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes or you get adult consequences, right? When you act like a child, we treat you like a child. If you do great things, then we congratulate you and reward you, right? Okay, just take a seat for a moment, Terry. We'll be back. All right, Mr. Slider. So I'm not happy with it. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. He's in lockout. A court order is a court order. You know, he's in lockout because he failed to go get it calibrated. Not because of this, not because of that, because he didn't call, no. You failed to go get it locked down, or you failed to go get it calibrated. That's why it's in lockout. I send you to go to test, and now you're testing positive for alcohol. Guess what happens now? That's right. Actions have consequences, Mr. Steyer. He goes with you. I'm sorry, but I can't continue to do it, man. It's unacceptable.
Judge, are you revoking his bond? What are you gonna set the new bonds at?
5,001.
5,000 more than the original bond,
Oh,
which is 5,000?
what's it at now? Is it 100?
Let me check.
It's at 100, so 5,001.
So $5,000 bond, okay.
5,001, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Goes with you. All right. Sorry, Kavita, but it's just too much.
Thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Judge.